Welcome to Spill the Tea, where we steep the facts, stir the controversy, and pour out the truth behind everything you thought you knew. Let's start with a new journey into the tea world. One cup, one breath, one quiet moment steeped in steam, scent, and stillness. In a world that races, tea waits. It doesn't rush to boil. It doesn't demand to be gulped. It asks for your attention gently, and only if you're willing to give it. This is not just a drink. It's a ritual, an invitation, a chance to remember what your nervous system, your mind, and your spirit already know. Life isn't meant to be rushed. It's meant to be tasted, sipped, held. This is a story, not about the health benefits of tea, but about the rhythm it calls you into. A slower one, a deeper one. So today we explore how one cup, just one, can guide you back to yourself, to your breath, to the moment. This is not just a voiceover. This is a ceremony. Quiet your mind, press play, and let this be your reminder that you are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for your next sip. We don't usually notice the rush. It starts small, in the way we reach for our phones first thing in the morning, in the quick scroll, the inbox flood, multitasking before breakfast, the silent pressure to be somewhere, do something, fix something, be someone. And yet, tea offers an invitation so quiet, it almost gets missed. Boil the water. Wait. Just wait. It teaches patience before flavor, presence before reward. Because in the simple act of waiting for water to boil, your body remembers something ancient. That waiting is not wasted. It's warming, it's preparation. Tea asks nothing of you but your presence, not your productivity, not your answers, not your schedule, just your being. And when the water does boil and the leaves begin to steep, another lesson begins. That transformation doesn't come from force. It comes from stillness, from gentle immersion, from time. Tea doesn't rush to become tea, and neither do you. So in that first sip, maybe what you're really tasting is yourself, unhurried. Ritual doesn't require incense or temples. It can begin with a kettle. The act of making tea deliberately becomes sacred when we choose it to be. You boil the water. You choose the vessel. Maybe ceramic, maybe clay. You open the jar. Inhale. The leaves carry memories of earth, of rain, of hands that picked them in silence. You scoop the leaves, not too much, not too little. You pour, you wait. And in that waiting, something changes. You're not just making tea, you're making space. This ritual slows the mind. It awakens your senses. The sound of the boil, the scent of the steep, the warmth rising from the cup. Ritual isn't about complexity, it's about intention. 1,000 rushed coffees will never nourish your soul the way one mindful cup of tea can. And when you make tea every day, not out of habit, but as a ceremony, your life begins to soften. Your breath deepens. The noise fades. You're not performing. You're arriving. And every cup becomes a quiet altar. The first sip isn't about taste. It's about presence. The warmth touches your lips. It slows your jaw. It anchors you. Suddenly, you're not thinking about what's next. You're here. That first sip is where tea teaches its greatest lesson, that you can only receive what you're willing to feel. How many things in life do we consume mindlessly? Food, news, conversations, time. But this sip, if you let it, reminds you that presence is flavor, and attention is nourishment. At this moment, tea becomes your teacher. It shows you how to move slower, not just in body, but in thought. Not just in your day, but in your expectations. You notice the way the steam curls, the way the liquid hums in the cup, the pause between sips, that sacred space of nothingness, so often filled with noise. Tea is the silence between words, the comma in your day. And in the first sip, you remember, you are not just alive, you are here. Tea doesn't want to be chugged. It wants to be met. It teaches you to sip. Then breathe. Not just inhale, but breathe. Feel the warmth travel. Feel the body respond. Feel how even your shoulders start to relax when given permission to let go. Between each sip, a breath. Between each breath, a chance. A chance to come back to now. To remember your name, not the one on paper, but the one in silence. The breath between sips is where healing happens, where your nervous system stops bracing and starts trusting again. You don't need to meditate for an hour. You don't need to journal your soul clean. Sometimes, healing begins in the space between two sips. When you let breath in and let pressure out, tea doesn't cure you. It reminds you that you were never broken, just busy. Stillness scares us. We think if we stop, we'll fall apart. That silence will reveal something we don't want to hear. But tea shows us the opposite. In stillness, we return. When you sit with tea, no phone, no scroll, no task, just you and the cup, you begin to notice what your busyness was hiding. Fatigue, longing, grief, beauty. Not to overwhelm you, but to set you free. Because tea isn't a distraction, it's a doorway. Stillness reveals the part of you that's been whispering under all the noise. The one that wants less, not more. The one that measures life not in milestones, but in moments. In steam, in slowness, in soul. Stillness doesn't steal your time, it gives it back to you. And tea holds your hand as you enter it. Leaves are wise, they don't shout, they don't rush. They let go when the season calls. They change color without apology. They fall and trust the earth to catch them. The tea in your cup once danced on branches. It was once kissed by sun and rain and silence. And now it shares its memory with you. Every leaf in your tea holds a kind of coded wisdom. That slowing down is not defeat, it is refinement. That stillness is not empty, it is full. Full of listening, full of becoming. When you drink tea with reverence, you're not just hydrating your body. You're learning from nature. You're learning that you, too, are allowed to soften, to sit, to unfold without needing to explain yourself. In this way, tea becomes not a habit, but a mentor. We've been taught that productivity is virtue. That rest must be earned. That silence is awkward. That doing nothing is laziness. But tea disagrees. Not because you're broken, not because you're failing, but because doing nothing is something. It is recovery, integration, inner listening. In Japan, there is a concept called ma, the space between things. In music, it's the pause between notes. In design, it's the empty space that gives shape. In tea, it is the stillness between sips. This space is not empty. It is alive. And when you allow yourself to do nothing, for the length of a cup, you give yourself back your wholeness. You remember that rest is not a reward, it's your nature. By the time your cup is almost empty, something has changed. Not in the world, but in you. You didn't fix your to-do list. You didn't conquer anything. You simply returned. To breathe. To now, this is what tea offers. A return to the part of you that's always been whole but often ignored. When you drink tea this way, not for caffeine, but for connection, you begin to live differently. You say no more easily. You move slower. You listen better. You feel your hunger, your joy, your grief more honestly. You become human again. Not a machine, not a brand, not a goal chaser, just a presence embodied and enough. Tea doesn't do this for you. You do. But tea reminds you how. In the end, it's not about the tea, it's about what it shows you. That your life is made of moments. Not achievements, not perfection, not urgency, but moments. One cup, one breath. Tea can't solve your life, but it can anchor you to it. It can show you how to move through the world with more grace, more presence, more softness. And maybe that's the most radical act of all in this world, to be soft, to be slow, to be awake. One cup at a time. This has been Spill the Tea, where we don't just drink it, we listen. Today wasn't about antioxidants or metabolism. It was about meaning, and how a single cup can slow a rushing life. If this touched something in you, a pause you've been needing, a softness you forgot, let us know in the comments. What has tea taught you? Subscribe for more moments like this, more stillness, more truth. And remember, the next time life feels like too much, put on the kettle, choose a cup, sit, sip, and return. Because not all tea is served hot. But here, it's always served real. See you in the next moment.